Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Rassie Erasmus picked his first squad for the alignment camps today, and some interesting selections and some very interesting non-selections. Although not too many surprises. Maybe a look to the future for Rassie as well, including a lot of youngsters in the alignment squad. Of course, the alignment group is no surefire sort of indication that you're going to play Springbok this year, but it certainly is a group of players that Rassie and them want to. They spread the net quite widely, and so it's certainly a group of players that they want to see and want to inform of the Springboks' plans for the season. So what happens normally is they get the group of Springbok players together at these alignment camps, normally when the teams are off, so this doesn't really interfere with the work of the URC franchises. So they get them together in two groups. The overseas players will come later, and the group at the moment is the South African based players from the four franchises. So those group gets together, and they do basically, it's more or less theoretical work. They take them through presentations of how the year's going to work, what's going to happen, what their plans are, where they're going to be based, and what their plans are in terms of game plan, and how they're looking at giving players game time through the year. They spread this net quite wide, and it's worked quite successfully in the past, mainly because this is the option for Rassie to get the players into one room to sort out all the admin. They do things like jerseys, sizes, and they do photos of players in the same camp as well, to try and all that admin stuff gets sorted out this week. Not much training, although they have had a couple of training sessions in the past and a couple of walkthroughs, but it's more just getting to know players and getting players in a room with the Springbok management, where at times they know exactly where they stand coming for the rest of the season. So if and when they are picked for the test week, or test week is very compressed, guys get in on the Sunday night, Monday's first training, and they play Saturday. So there's not much time to do all this stuff during a test week. So they get this, so when the players get into camp, they are 100% ready for what they need to face. So when they get into camp, as I say, everything's sorted, and so let's go through the names that Rassie's picked. It's quite a wide group and a couple of interesting selections. As I say, this is not always an indication that player X or player Y is going to be Springbok this year, but it's certainly an indication that the Springbok management are looking at them. The rest is in the players' hands. We've got quite a chunk of URC games still to go, and there's obviously a number of players that the Boks are looking at, and that they've identified for not just this season, but for post 2027 as well, because there's a couple of under 20 players in this team as well. So they're obviously looking towards the future as well, and they've integrated players very well in the past as well. So I think it's one of those. If you're not in this group, you can still make it into by the next one, and it goes according to form. If they pick up a player that has a lot of form, they bring him into the next one as well. But this is really just an indication that the Springboks are looking at you. You're part of the plans. Now it's up to you. So let's go through the list of names, and then we'll chat about who exactly has been invited to this alignment camp. Okay, guys, I made this list up myself. This is from the release from SA Rugby today. Basically, this is in no alphabetical order. Well, it is in alphabetical order from the teams as such. But this is in terms of how SA Rugby put it out in their press release. So I don't think anything should be read into the order, etc. It's interesting, some of the names that are here. Okay, so let's start off with the Sharks players. Even Etzebeth's there, he's still on suspension. Sia Kolisi, Oxenchair, all expected to be part of the plans of the Boks this year. Vincent Tutuko, who was there last season, made his debut. Emmanuel, his brother, getting his first call up to the BOK alignment camp, which is nice and interesting. Manu is a great prospect for the future. And then a name that many of you might not know, Kai Pratt. Kai Pratt is now currently with the SA Under-20 team in Georgia at the moment, preparing for the Junior World Cup. Highly rated, former Oakdale prop. And just to whet the appetite, let me show you exactly who he is and some footage of just what a devastating tackler he is. He certainly made a name for himself at junior level. This is just some highlights picked up on YouTube from him, just to show you exactly who he is, and a lot of this stuff coming from the Supersport Schools footage. You can see he's got a lot of speed as a prop as well. Quite a bulldozer. He's nicknamed the Bulldozer, and for quite good reason. You can see a lot of this is not exactly against small schools. He's done some fabulous work here. This is against Paul Roos, and you can see some of these tackles. He's certainly made a name for himself in tackling. So he's obviously somebody that Rassie sees for the future, and sees him as a player that he wants to get involved in the box as soon as possible. It's interesting to see, because you would normally say props need to be a bit older, but Jan-Hendrik Wessels was a lot younger, and he's seen as the same sort of mold as him. He's really a devastating attacker, and if Don Himman can start working with him as soon as possible, then why not? So that is Kai Pratt, guys. It's a name you're going to remember in the future as well. It's good to see him. He certainly made his name at junior level, and great to see as well. Moving along to the forwards from the Bulls. A lot of the Bulls players here, a lot of them you would expect to be at one of these camps as well anyway. But certainly a bunch of them that deserve to be there as well. Nice to see Johan Krobler, who's obviously started a number of games. Cameron Honeycomb very much still in the plans, because he's been invited to the alignment camp. That's even though he's been out for almost a year with injury. And so that shows you how highly he's still regarded by the Springboks as well. Elric Lowe, Wilco Lowe, all there. Ruan Notkeer, Gerrit Steenekamp, Marco van Staden, Kobus Wiese, Jan-Hendrik Wessels, all expected to be there. One of the players who's been making waves is, of course, Setu Nebelele, who I think there's a typo there, but he's certainly been highly rated both by the Bulls and the Springboks, and he was invited to the Springbok camp last year for the end of the year tour. He's certainly somebody they rate for the future, and I know the Sharks have just won the battle to sign him when his contract ends at the Bulls, and the Bulls are taking that quite badly. They feel it's a real big loss. Certainly seen as one of the big names for the future. That's another name you're going to probably remember. So yeah, here's a few highlights of him as well, just to get you in the mood as well for who he is.
Just have a look at this. The passing was very good, and right there, tackle been made. And then, of course, the big hooker from Kears.
And change the opposite direction. You might just see it now in the next few minutes again.
No problem at line-out time. Breaks early, does Nebelele.
The maul is set. Setu Nebelele, the captain, joins and receives. This is brilliant play by the South African pack. Surely penalty advantage from Nebelele. Around the fringes, he goes again. Taken on by Nebelele. Oh, space on the blind side now for Noah Byrne. One-on-one with Tiaya. Setu Nebelele got himself back all the way.
At the back of the line out.
Nebelele, the recipient of a poor Irish. Now Nebelele on the front foot. 2 schools tomorrow.
That's where I was going. Big game tomorrow in Stellenbosch.
Was that the Polaris captain Riley Norton who collected that at the line-up. They're trying to answer the Maul of Ireland. They've got a well set, beautifully wedged in there. Nebelele, will he be the beneficiary of this Maul? Lottering watches carefully, and Nebelele crashes over.
Then on to the Stormers forwards that are on there. Paul de Villiers, of course, who's been the man of the match in so many games. Certainly you can't miss him at all. Ben Jason Dixon was there. Nathan Fouchier made his debut last season. Frans Malherbe, who hasn't played for more than a year, is obviously still in the box plans, and they still feel he can make a comeback. So that's very interesting. Ntutuku Nchunu, Stormers, Salman Marat's been there. Riley Norton, the SA Under-20 captain. Zachary Porthen, who obviously made his debut last November for the Springboks, who hasn't been to a lineman camp, but's already made his debut for the Springboks. And then Evan Roos, who a lot of people feel that there might be something that Rassie doesn't rate him, but he's been invited to the alignment camp, so that's very interesting as well. Carrying straight on, there's obviously Batubele Klekani, who was trained with the Springboks, the SA under-20 star as well. Asenati Tlabakanya, who made his debut last season there as well. And Ruan Fenta, who also made his debut, what was it, last season? Was it 2 years ago? 2 years ago, I think it was. In Bloemfontein, against Portugal, he made his debut. Interestingly, though, there's no other lines forwards there, which is interesting as well, because last season Rassie wanted to give Renzo du Plessis a test match. Really saw him as somebody to play, but the Lions haven't really given him much game time, so it's very hard to justify including him in this as well. Certainly a talent for the future, but not getting much game time at the Lions. Moving on to the backline players, of course, a number of these are expected as well. It's nice to see Jaden and Jordan Hendricks are back. They've certainly had a good URC season. Ethan Hooker, Apelele, Fassi, Andre Estes, and all expected to be there. Makazole Mapimpi is very interesting, because when we talk about who's been left out, he's certainly somebody at the end of his career. I don't think anybody will have a problem with saying that. Edward van der Merwe, and of course Jaco Williams, the SA under-20 winger, who's really made his name for himself for the Sharks as well. Lots of speed there, certainly somebody they see for the future as well. So he's been given a call up as well. For those who are wondering,
Jaden
this is
Hendricks,
a brief taste.
Skips
of
the big
Jaco
guy,
Williams.
sends it out to Jordan. Oh, what a kick! Jaco Williams in for his first URC try. A star is born.
Scotland seeking the penetration. Irwin using the boot. Big Ruben Logan's out here, but it's well covered. And this could be trouble because Jaco Williams can motor. Malkas on his inside. Williams kicking for himself to chase. He's on his bike. He's done it all himself.
On to the Bulls players being invited, the backline players, of course. No real surprises here. Sebastian de Klerk was there last season as well, and certainly has been a consistent performer in URC. Kanan Moody, Andre Pollard, Kurt de Arendse, all there. Obviously, the one absence there is Willie LaRue, and we'll get to that now. Chiswell Youngster, the 20-year-old who's scored some amazing tries for the Bulls and really has been a find of the season. He trained with the Springboks last year after winning the Under-20 World Championship with the Junior Boks. He's there. He's certainly one who we'll see in green and gold in future as well. No surprises in the Stormers, of course. Sasha Feinberg, Montgomery Zulu, Kobus Reinach, Damian Willemse. All the three of them are there. Marcus Miller is the wonder kid, the schoolboy sensation, who started training with the Stormers as well. He's 18 years old. He's with the SA under-20s at the moment, but he certainly will be he's certainly seen as somebody who's going to make it in the future, and Rassie and them certainly want to have a closer look at him. So he's been invited as well. So let's have a quick look at some highlights of him. Now, anybody who's watched schoolboy rugby over the last season or two will know Marcus Miller's name. He's been seen as the wonder kid, the schoolboy that everybody's been talking about, and is in Georgia with the SA under-20s at the moment as well. So, yeah, it's really good. He's already been training with the Stormers. Certainly has got a lot of pace, a lot of power in his game as well, and is seen as a future star. Now, not always these players don't always make it to future, but I think Rassie and them have been a very good judge of this over the years, and they certainly want to have a better look at him. He's certainly a player that's got a lot of potential and a lot of time there as well, and a lot of pace, and he seems to know where the try line is, as these videos show. Certainly, somebody is expected a lot from him, and let's hope he can fulfill his potential. Certainly, the alignment camps are a great motivator for a young player like that, and it's going to be great to see him in action there. Hopefully, he'll make his senior debut sooner than later, but he's a big, strong lad, as you can see there, and scores lots and lots of tries. Finally, some of the Lions backline players invited. Kieran Horn has had a great URC season, has always been on the fringes as well. Hashim P, the World Junior Player of the Year last year, and has certainly taken to senior rugby pretty well. Morne van der Berg, who's always there as well. Interesting, no Henko van Wyk, but his injuries, and he hasn't had much game time, so he also hasn't had the impact of the last couple of seasons, but interesting to see him not there as well. Certainly, a number of players there at the Lions are sort of close, I think, but at the moment, this is who do you leave out of this group of names as well. Just some key notes from the announcement as well. Camp's going to run from the Tuesday the 3rd to Friday the 6th, so 3 days or there, 4 days or 3 days. Math's never been a highlight of mine. Includes 14 World Cup players, 5 SA under 20 players. First invites for Emmanuel Tutuka, Jaco Williams, Paul de Villiers, Zachary Porton. All we expect them to see them in the Springbok jersey sooner rather than later. It'll be followed by an overseas player alignment camp for 21 players. Obviously, there's a large contingent in Japan, a few in England and France, and they'll have theirs there. And then the players missing: Vincent Koch, Bongi Mbonambi, Valida Roo. Those are the 3 names of the World Cup winners that are missing. And I must say at this moment, I think Villy's already accepted he's probably not going to be a Springbok anymore. I think that's no big deal. But the other 2 probably were hoping to still be there. So I think their Springbok careers may be over as well. So that's the lineman camp that Rassie set up. Those are the players he's picked as well. Let me know what you think in the comments. Who are you excited for to see? Which of those youngsters really stands out for you? And if there's somebody missing that you think should be there, let me know. Of course, it's such a widespread net. It's obviously going to be whittled down by the time we get to July or June for the Barbarians game, shall I say. It's going to be whittled down to then. So there's some interesting ones there. But let me know what you think and who you're excited for, who you think was unlucky not to make it. Certainly there'll always be a couple of names of those as well. But yeah, let me know what you think. And if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button and hit the thumbs up. It helps us with the algorithms, and that always helps. And yeah, thanks for watching, and it's really been a pleasure. And yeah, let me know what you think. I'll chat to you again soon. Until the next video, cheers.